Alright, Victorum Gaming fans and Victory at Sea fans, we're back and we got some more content for you today. We're continuing on in our series here, taking a look at airplanes, aircraft, how they all work in the game. And so this one is mainly going to focus on dogfighting, but we'll also cover escorts here in just a second. But dogfighting, of course, will be aircraft versus aircraft combat and will be a key in obviously dealing with opposing aircraft, but also preventing them from maybe engaging your ships to begin with. So once one flight moves into base contact with an enemy flight, they're considered to be dogfighting. Only fighters may move into other flights in this way. Other types of aircraft may defend themselves in a dogfight, but they can't initiate one. So all the other types, so like bombers, dive bombers, kamikazes, torpedo bombers, you can't initiate dogfights. Those kind of planes really wouldn't try to be doing that. But again, they get to defend themselves still. So fighters, a certain amount of fighters are definitely going to be key, if for no other reason than to try and tie up enemy planes for a while. So let's see. Fighters are free to move into base contact with more than one enemy flight. So positioning again will be key if they're close enough. Once a flight is engaged in a dogfight, it may not move further in the turn contact was made. Every flight in contact with an enemy flight must engage in dogfighting at the end of the gunnery phase. Both players roll 1d6 and add their flight's dogfight score. Add +1 to the dice roll for every extra supporting flight, so that's other allied flights that you have in base contact with your dogfighting flight, but that are not themselves in contact with enemy flights. A flight may support any number of dogfights in this manner, but a flight supporting a dogfight may never initiate a dogfight itself, so some key things there. Other than this, it's up to the player how they arrange their dogfights for the best advantage. So again, positioning will be key, and really, if you see enemy planes coming in for like dive bombing runs, kamikaze runs, certainly torpedo bomber runs, all that stuff, getting your fighters in place to head them off will be key. But of course, they'll probably have their own fighters to try and lock yours up. So again, it's going to be a really interesting game of positioning to sort of outplay the opponent on that. So, and that being said, certainly bringing at least some fighters for just defense, if nothing else, is going to be key. So, and obviously, any carriers you have and stuff like that, of course. So, dedicating at least a couple of flights of fighters will certainly be key. It would probably be pretty rare for like an opponent to not bring any planes whatsoever. So, keep that in mind. Alright, and then the winner of that roll will automatically destroy the enemy flight, but not any supporting flights. If the dogfighting roll is a draw, all flights are left in place and remain locked in the dogfight. No flight may move away until all enemy flights have been destroyed. So dogfighting is going to be pretty brutal, and basically goes until somebody wins. Alright, then escorting is going to be a little bit of a different thing here, but so it's very common for fighters to escort slower, more vulnerable bombers, defending them against enemy attack. Only fighters may escort another flight. To do so, they must remain in base contact with the flight they're escorting. Fighter flight may escort any number of friendly flights, and any number of fighter flights may escort one friendly flight, so long as contact is maintained. So a key thing to point out there, though, with the way this base is designed, so that could get a little bit tricky at times, but overall should not be that big of a problem. And then, if an enemy flight moves to attack the escorted friendly flight, it must instead attack one or more of the unengaged escorting fighter flights. If all escorting fighter flights are already involved in a dogfight, then the escorted flight may be attacked instead, so long as it's possible to move into contact with or without moving through other flights. So, if you have bombing flights, that definitely you want to get or make sure that they hit home before enemy fighters lock them up. So you're definitely going to want to dedicate some fighters to most likely escort your planes in, and from there they'll engage your escorts first, and then that would leave your bombers free to then go do their thing, hopefully. But again, they might bring more than enough fighters to engage all your fighters, and then the remainder should be free to engage your bombers. So you want to just be very careful of that. So like I said, aerial combat is definitely going to be a key phase of the game, and this will definitely be one of positioning as well. So hope you enjoyed that little video here covering dogfighting and escorting. We'll be looking forward to showing you guys some actual footage of that just as soon as we get actual models for that, which again will be probably in August at this point, since things got delayed again. But definitely looking forward to this and getting these painted up and using them. So, and of course there'll be different different tactics with the different nations and what they have available as well. But yeah, overall, really going to be a fun part of the game. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit us with a like if you could, subscribe if you haven't already, and then stay tuned for more.